Hi Lorraine and welcome to Satori Space. Today what I want to talk to you is about something that lives in us all, something that we often try to outrun, suppress or control, and today I'm talking about fear. But what if fear isn't what you think? You know, fear gets a really bad rap. People tell us to feel the fear and do it anyway, or be fearless, you know. But that's not helpful sometimes. You know, when people are feeling real fear of what might happen today, financially, in the world, relationships, health. But you know, the fear itself isn't here to sabotage us. It's here to protect something that we truly value. Now, fear arises in your mind when your mind perceives a threat. Now, it doesn't necessarily need to be your physical safety, but really what matters most to you. So for example, that could be your connections with yourself, with your family. It could be your reputation in your job or your business. It could be your dreams. You want to protect your dreams, you know. You want to protect your sense of identity, and that's threatened. So when each of these things are threatened, you know, fear arises. So it's not wrong, it's a messenger. And like all good messengers, it's not going to stop knocking until somebody opens the door. So the real question is, what if fear was trying to show you something really sacred? Right? That underneath the fear, there's often wisdom. So think about it, the fear of rejection. Have you ever experienced that? Or someone you know might have experienced that? So that fear of rejection might reveal a deep longing to be seen, to be recognised. The fear of failure might point to a desire to make a difference. I really need to make a difference in the world. And the fear of loss might reflect something that you really, really cherish. So when we look at fear and we actually meet it with presence and we're here and we're not panicking and we're just allow it to be okay for the fear to be there, you know, often the suffering comes when we say, oh, I don't want to feel fear, I don't want to feel fear. And when the suffering or the panic around, or the resistance around the fear is what causes the suffering. So when we stop resisting the fear and letting it be here and sit in it and meet it there with the presence rather than the panic, then we can access its deeper message, because your body will answer you. You know, if you sit in quiet presence and ask questions, you'll get the answers. So instead of asking, why am I afraid? Try asking, what is this fear trying to protect? What's the truth underneath it? Now, I've created a guide below. You can subscribe below, but what that is it's a guide so that you can know the difference between fear and anxiety, because I'm often asked that question, and maybe I'll do a different video on it. But you can subscribe below to access some of those guides. So really the message for today is fear doesn't have to ruin your life. The suffering comes when we resist the fear and we don't allow it to be there. So it's like double whammy. But if we just sit with it in presence, it can reveal what you need to look at. All you need is the right tools and a safe place to just sit there and be with it. And you might be surprised at what is uncovered. And please remember, you're not broken. None of us are broken. We're just becoming. So thank you very much. Bye.